Hey, peoples. I hope all is well with you as it is with me today. Today's discussion is going to be about, brothers, what makes Tariq Nasheed any different from you? You know, there are there is a thing called COINTELPRO where only in the favor of the dominant society are you allowed to flourish. It has to be a benefit to them in some kind of way. That's just the system. That's just the ways of the system. And in the ways of the system, it's a benefit to them, but it's something that is more destructive to us. And a lot of times, because we're a part of this society, we don't recognize that. We don't recognize what is not um, what is not conducive and what is the difference between that which is conducive and that which is destructive. Um, I follow Tariq Bay, and I'm behind him 100% with this vision. I don't care about the camera lights in action that Tariq tends to show, and with having named actors and actresses show up for things, like the opening of the museum, like the opening of the museum. Let's see. Let's do this. I was looking at it earlier, so let me go back in my history. It should pop up. So that's one of them. But this one. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. This is the opening of the museum, but he has all I said it before, um, to add legitimacy to yourself in the eyes of people who think that television makes you legit. Seeing you on TV, seeing you on CNN makes you legit. Um, this is surface thinking to me. This is surface thinking. Um, Believing what you see and believing that what you see gives validity to a person. And let me go ahead and share this with you guys. When, you know, before Tariq was going and loving pale white skin, like I told you before, like I said before, he was loving pale white skin. And that's not to say that he still does not, love pale white skin. I suspect he does even more because of the division he likes to bring amongst our people. You know how I think. I know that my ancestors were everywhere. I don't just lock myself into a box where I say, well, I was just in America. My ancestors were everywhere. It's it's unbelievable, to think that you people just stayed in one spot all the time. Many are not from the states that you live in. It's to think that, to me, it's along the same lines with Whoopi Goldberg playing interference within our people's affairs. Great interference. Instead of building people up, you're breaking people down. You're lying, out here cheating. Um, to me, the people got cheated out of the 1.9 million. That's my idea on that. Um, Due to coming up with this little small space with the 1.9 million. That's just I just don't see it. When you could have gotten anything that would be beneficial for our people. So we got a lot of issues. We got a lot of things in our community, unfortunately. And one thing I've been looking at that is tears at my heart strings the most is that I think we should look at, more importantly, especially if you had 1.9 million, you could save your own that need saving, that will appreciate the saving, which is our children. Children in foster care. Children who were caught up in the hatred of the white community against our people and how our people dealt with it, how they mentally deal with it. Not so good. Not so good. We can have millions and millions of museums, but at the end of the day, what is it doing for the people on the street? What is it doing for that 16-year-old that was in foster care, abused, and where's she gonna go now? What didn't get anything out of life but abuse, just damaged incredibly, only to come out into society and get more damaged. But you choose to take the people's money, people who are trying to find a way out, to trying to help themselves. And they agreed on this. They agreed to open this museum. But when you do things, you have to think, hey, General Mosquito, we have to think what is beneficial. And if you're not thinking about what is more beneficial and don't feel the pain of the streets out here, then you're going to easily take the 1.9 because you don't have it in your heart to help Black people, your own people. You see, that's the way I see it. It's not in his heart to help our people. If this what you come up with is boom 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 room with free liquor, which our people don't need no more liquor stores, no more boom boom rooms, no more. We need help. We need help. And for me that's a smack in the face for me because I know if I would never be able to come up with that money to help my people. 1.9. But my people will give this joker all that money when we need money for self-sufficiency. We need to get self-sufficiency. That money, part of it could have went to people cultivating food, could have went to some mental health psychologists, our psychologists, to get them on the road, to get land where we can go and help our people. A place for our people to go, a place for our people, not just in that place like a hospital, but a village. You could have built a village where people can go, We can hire mental health officials, psychologists for the children, and clean up our people, clean up our place. MRS. Oh yeah. Does my name come up like that in the WhatsApp chat? Wow. Okay, MRS. My name comes up like that in the chat. But there's way more things, important issues that we need to, and then, if you true, it also builds authenticity. It also lets people know you're authentic, you're real, that when you do things, and you do it from the emergency part first. Take care of the emergencies. It's not an emergency for our people to have a museum. It's not an emergency for our people to have this museum. It's an emergency for us to help our people. That money wouldn't have went to waste if we had the infrastructure to help our people, so that when this place collapsed or something happens, it would have been a place for our people to seek refuge. It could be a start. It could be building, a start. It's a start to build and network and connect. But the main important things is agriculture, saving our children in foster care, getting our people help in general. It's just a lot of more important things that are needed to be done. And it's a shame. But I'm going to play a little bit of this. And, Mosquito, if you want to, I don't know if you want to come up or not, but I'm supposed to have a panel. I wanted a panel, but I guess some people didn't make it. But I guess some people will eventually. But let's see here. Let me paste that there. That's my link for free. But I'm going to play this.
We want y'all to get in here. Waiting on y'all to come through. What's up, man? Y'all pop on in here. Y'all pop on in here. What's going on with y'all, man? Pop your asses on in here and chop it up with a player. Y'all hop on in. I ain't been on live in a minute. What's going on with you? How y'all living? On God. What's up, Ill Sounds? Where you at, man? You need to be up here where we at. We getting it popping. Oh, the function has started. Yes, it did. What's up, Harlem? Much respect to you, brother. The museum is popping. What's up? What's up, Miss Callie? If you in Cali, how come you ain't up in here? Do y'all know it's popping right now up in here? You understand? What's a lot of y'all in here? What's up, man? Looks like a 70s party room. No, this is my office at the museum. It's my private office. What's up, Nikki the God? I wanted you to be out here, dear. Man, what's going on, man? We out here. Y'all pop in the room. But y'all look, do y'all want me to show y'all how it's popping? Do I need to show y'all how popping it is right now? What's up, Sincere? Nice Tea is here. I just talked to Nice Tea outside. What's up, ATLN? I see you. Let me show y'all how popping it is right now, man. We got it popping. All right, I'm in my private office right now. Man, y'all need to come on through if you know. We might have an extra ticket or two. We squeezing everybody up in here. We got an open bar. You come in here, drink free, eat free. You dig? The food is on us. The drinks are on us. Hold on. Let me show y'all what we got. Let me show y'all outside. Hold on. We're gonna be serving the food out here in the patio in a minute. So we got it covered up because of the rain. So that's in our patio. We got the nice joint going on there. What's up, bro? So we got that popping. So we're gonna be serving food. Shout out to Chef Marilyn. One of my LA people. You know who Chef Marilyn is. I'm at the museum, dude. What's up, Fort? What's up, dear? I see you. We're at the museum. Y'all want to see what it's popping like outside? Hold on. Let me show y'all what y'all missing. Hold on. What's up, dear? Let me show y'all what y'all missing. Come on, dude. Got my brothers here. Security. What's up, my security here? Dude. Y'all missing. What y'all doing at home missing? What's up? What's up? This is our event planner. This is
all right, Monica. Welcome.
Shout out to this brother here, media. What's up here? Yes. Black beginnings. We got it popping. Hey, we got Sparkle in here. Lord. What's up, OG?
You think about doing one of these in the water?
I might do that. We'll chop it up. Let me get it in. What's up? Thank you so much, man. Hold on. Brother M4 Elite in the house. Brother M4 Elite in the house. You dig? Hold on, what we got? Oh, that's my sister. Look at my sister over there. My sister there on the red carpet. We got a lot of actresses. Where's Vivica? There's a boxes in here somewhere. I'm sorry. What's up, brother? That's my sister and my niece. But we in here heavy, man. Hey. How y'all doing, dear? I'm good.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you for this. Thank you. I have something for your son.
I get it in a minute. I get it in a minute. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, brother? You good? I'm with the Oakland Post newspaper. Oh, we got to chop it up. Yeah, we'll chop your email up. We'll chop it up in a minute. We're going to go back. Hey, this is Renee from Shades of Eric. Did you see your picture?
I have not.
Hold on, let me show you.
I do know my name wasn't on the list.
Hold on, it wasn't?
No.
Oh.
I had to go through email after email to find that.
Let me show y'all. This is Renee. This is you on live. Come here. This is Renee from Shades of Africa. Remember, let me show y'all something about my sister Renee. Hold on. That's Renee. She owns the bookstore Shades of Africa. Hold on. I want to show you something. Hold on. I'm gonna have to squeeze through here real quick. Come on, Renee. I'm sorry. All right. I want to show my sister Renee something. This is Renee. Where you come on, sis? DJ Mike over there. What's up, Mike? My brother. Where? That's you. Yeah. I got Renee stunting on y'all ass in this picture.
Look at my Daniels.
Yeah.
Brian, look at him. Look at all the names.
Yes, that was
Do you know why we did this?
Yes.
Because it's the most important thing that can happen right now, and you put me in front of it. Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is the most important thing we can do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Hey, girl. How are you? This is my brother Kay. This is my brother Kay right here. This is my old player right here. Kay all day right here. You get you something to drink? Oh yeah, he got a drink on him. Hey dear, what's this?
I need a picture of
Let's
me
get a
and
picture.
you.
Let's get a picture. Hey,
Where can we know this?
So let's get it. We're on live right now. Take a picture with your phone. Okay, take a picture of me and her. I'm waiting on brother Kama to get here, man.
I'm not
Get you some phone. The sister, my phone janky. The sister has a T-Mobile. But y'all missing it, man. Y'all should be up in here. We're having a good time tonight, man. We're having a good time. Look at this. Hold on, look at Vivica looking lovely.
Hey, y'all.
Look at Vivica looking beautiful. Looking beautiful as hell.
I appreciate that. You know, I had to, show up and show out.
Yes, indeed.
Just get ahead of time. Anyway, y'all, come down, check this out. This is absolutely amazing.
The Hidden History Museum is in the hood, so if you want to bring your family, bring your kids, so everybody can learn our history. You know, they're trying to keep us from learning our history. Come here. What's your address, baby?
2131 West Jefferson.
Okay, so come on down on Jefferson. It's in the hood. Your girl B-Box came all the way from the valley.
Yeah.
And they've got wonderful pictures, wonderful images, a lot of history. You'll learn about our inventors, our pioneers, our teachers, our singers. Hip-hop is up in here too, y'all.
Yes.
So come to the Hidden History Museum, all right?
Thank you, beloved. Got it there? Got a picture?
I just want to say this. No one can stop us from learning our history. The problem is we're integrated with other people. If we wanted to, if Tariq wanted to, we could have had a school, many schools, with 1.9 million. We can have, like I said, the main thing is getting the land and building the infrastructure. To me, that's going to help our people, building our own infrastructure, not buying property, which, is taxed, where you could get land to create a village that is a spot where we send people that need help, our people that need help out of this society, and put them in a place where they can build, they can renew. That's what it's about. It's about healing and renewing our people. But, you can't heal and renew just thinking about the same thing over and over again. Where are you going to go looking at history? You can only do so much history learning, to the point where it's time to move forward. It's time to stop being stagnated and move forward and build off what you learn.
I haven't seen it.
All right. Thank you. Hold on. Ready? Got it? A man. Let me get back to my office. I'll be taking pictures all day. What's up, man? Y'all good? Hey, beloved. Hey, yeah.
Now my man want to see it.
What's up, player? How you doing, sir? You need to be up in here with us, man. You need to be up in here with us. I gotta get my thank you. Hey, dear. How you doing, beloved? I'm good. You good? You good, man? All right, sorry, guys. All right, sorry. Oh, shit. Okay. So, y'all see I'm sweating, man. Shit. Oh, my God. What's up, man? We're having a good-ass time tonight, man. Oh, goodness. We're having a good-ass time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a ball out here, man. Woo. Oh, goodness. Woo. Where the Hooters. Oh. Yeah, man, we're having a ball in here tonight, man. Y'all missing it, man. First of all, let me shout out everybody that helped. Yeah, the leather. It's the leather. I'm going to turn the heat off in here. Whew. Shout out to everybody, man, who helped get the museum popping. Shout out to everybody who helped get the museum popping, man. This is a beautiful thing, man. The people here are teary-eyed. People love it, man. People love it here. They love what we're doing here, out in the Jefferson Park area. Yeah. We got it popping in here. Black folks coming together, man. Even though it rained, we still came on out, man. Even though it rained, we still came on out. Yeah. Y'all got to come through. It's open for the general public on Monday at 11. Just come on through. And by the way, you get your DVD. You can get the American Maroon DVD up here. Yeah. You're bringing your cousin. That's good. Bring your family up here. Bring your family up. But yeah, we got it popping, man. We got it popping. And look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, man. This is all grassroots up here. What you just saw, what you see, all grassroots, man. All grassroots, man. We didn't get no corporate sponsors, no corporate investors, or nothing. You did? We didn't get none of that, man. We did this from the mud. Good black folks.
Welcome.
When we get on code and we get our minds right, we can get anything done we want to get, man. You did? I gotta turn this heat off. Yeah, well, if you come up here, you can get the Blu-ray of the movie American Maroon. You can get it here exclusively. Now, it'll be on Amazon in a few weeks, but if you want the movie on DVD, you got to come to the museum to get it. You got to come up here to get it. If you want it now, okay, here's the DVD now. We got a whole bunch of these up here. Yeah, it's the movie now. This is that hot fire. This is the magic right here. That's the new movie American Maroon right here, baby. You dig? I gotta turn this heat up. It's hot as hell. Let me open up my patio door to cool it down just a little taste. There's a lot of folks in here, and it got hot real fast. And boy, Chef Marilyn, boy, her food is so delicious. People are gonna love the food. Yeah, shout out to Chef Marilyn who catered the food. Oh man, it's beautiful. Now y'all don't know what y'all missing. Y'all do not know what y'all missing up here, man. Yeah. But how y'all doing? Let me check in on y'all. How's the family doing? How you guys doing? Can I make a movie about the Gullah Wars? This talks about that. The Seminoles and the Maroons, that was the Gullahs stuff too. The Gullahs were in this too. We talk about that. We talk about that in the movie. Yeah? But are you guys good? I hope you guys are good. No, Brother Sonetta's not here. You love Chef, yeah, Chef Marilyn food ain't no joke. That's our FBA sister from Louisiana. Oh man, we're having so much fun in here, man. We are having a ball in here, dude. Yeah. Hope you guys are good. What's the weather like in y'all city, man? Because the rain just kind of came out of nowhere. It's been hitting us hard in LA. A lot of folks don't know how to act when it rains. You know, the rain throws a lot of people off. Thank you so much, Miss Four. Happy. Oh yeah, Savior's Day. That's right. Yeah, the Honorable Minister Wolf. We got a little statue thing for Minister Farrakhan, a small one, honoring Minister Farrakhan.
Sorry.
We got a picture honoring Elijah Muhammad. So yeah, shout out to Brother Farrakhan. We got.
Out loud. What do you mean by that? If you want to come up, you can. Hey, Brother Bakari, welcome. You feel like Tariq is stalling? Yeah, I don't know why he went to the office. That's a no-no. I mean, you have so many guests. You open up a, you're doing the opening. The host needs to be with the people. But I guess he needs a break or needs privacy. I don't know. Is that what you mean? Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, Bakari. Taharka says he's a grifter, and so does Keith Newsom. I follow Keith. General Mosquito knows Keith. So, I'm trying to figure out why our people don't see through this mess. Because all the signs are there. He's not coming sincere from the heart to help our people, because you don't open up a museum in the city with $1.9 million. If any brother tried to do anything other than that for our people, like what I was explaining, getting the people off the street, curtailing crime by, curtailing or turning the trajectory, I can't pronounce the word. I'm sorry, forgive me.
Trajectory.
Turning the trajectory of the direction that our people are going downhill in. Instead of, if we do that, That's a no-no. Nothing good we can ever do on our own that is going to rise us. It's almost as if, but it's not that hard to do it either. I'm not saying that, that we can get murdered out here just doing good for our people. No. But I'm saying that, those who did it this way before, like Tariq out in the open, such as, what was his name? Hustle? I keep forgetting his first name. My husband loved him. That got shot in LA, and he was about to open something up, and then it's very, very sneaky. It's very, very suspicious to me that years ago Tariq was talking about Nipsey Hussle trying to get the block together and stuff, but on the same note, why didn't he do it before Nipsey Hussle? You know what I'm saying? Why, after Nipsey Hussle passed away, you decide to all of a sudden become pro-black, and raise funds, raise money, and do the things that Nipsey Hussle was trying to do? Buy back the block, the community. It's just, everything is just bigger than one little community at this point. When you think about it, and no museum even though Vivian Fox said it was in the hood, what's it doing for the people? Bakar, can you answer this? What is it going to do for the people in the hood, this museum?
Nothing. It's not going to do anything.
I can see, if he did this with his own, he could have did this with his own money from the looks of it. He didn't have to take the people's 1.9 million and do this. He could have did this on the side of having that 1.9 million, and then did this for the locals to be able to make money. And I'm talking about how the white folks come and get their money, not our people. So he could have did that, and there would have been extra income to support with the 1.9 million, the things that the Black community in the whole United States needs as a whole. I'm going to play the video of what's going on with a lot of foster children. This is something that's been my big concern when I think about exiting or de-integration, stop, integrating with these people and pulling our people out. We have to think about the weak people, our handicapped people, our people that don't have families, those things, or those people are people that are in homes with people that are not conducive to their growth and their upbringing. We have to think about a lot of different things like that. It's a lot when you think about leaving, exiting a society we should have never been a part of, that is bringing us down, that's not lifting us, that's not helping us at all.
Can I speak on this before you play the next video? Can I speak on because I was going on a name, and you say what make us any different? What make us any different? What make brothers any different than Tariq, than this guy? Because I don't even like to say his name because I have no respect for him, right?
Right.
I can speak for me right now, right? And it's gonna be probably parakeeted, but I'm not out trying to hustle people. That's what make me different. I'm actually looking to trying to do things that would benefit Black people. Like i.e., let's find an industry where we can create jobs for our people, i.e. $1.9 million. Do you know he could have bought about, they could have bought about 5 trucks, dump trucks or 18-wheelers. They could have bought about 5 trucks and paid insurance and everything for more than
Mm-hmm.
a year while they are making money, and they could have done something. This is for him. This is for his ego. And the people, those people that follow him, remember last night when I did the show about
Mm-hmm.
celebrity worship syndrome, right? Yesterday, again,
Right. Yes.
last night.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a YouTube celebrity that don't give a damn. He's a social media celebrity that only cares about himself. He's not concerned about a culture. He's not concerned about the people. So, but he will be able to raise that type of money because he has gained some type of celebrity. That's why I tell people, and I mean this, when I hear people say shut the TV off and shut the radio off, TV, youth, social media for Black people is worse than
Yes.
TV and the radio. Look how we speak to each other all of the time. Look how the people that get propped up on social media, while they propped up, name something they have done. They get propped up because they can entertain you. We would rather have entertainment than we would have some tangibles, because that's how we think of ourselves, because we don't think we should have anything. Like this guy is never a leader of nothing because he can't be. And he would even tell you that he's not a leader. So that's good for Black people, because last night, I'm gonna say it again, I even touched on the point of how Black people have a problem with Black leadership. And when I mention HBCUs, you notice how everybody have something negative. They're not affiliated with them. They don't go there. They don't know
Right.
nothing about it, but they should tell them how it run. So when I asked them, with 90% of Black college students going to a white university, why don't you say anything about the white university? And I dared them to say something about a white university, and nobody said nothing. A lot of these so-called pro-Black, Pan-African, or global Black believe in unity, believe in us coming together. They believe you should come together, but they believe you should come together with white people being in charge. So with this guy, white people is absolutely in charge.
Exactly.
He has said on numerous occasions that white people, as he called them, the white supremacists, they are the smartest people on earth. They run the universe. So when you have somebody who will admit that white people is just so much smarter than him, they can easily dominate and control him, it's easier for Black people to go to that, because we don't see ourselves wanting any power. We're looking for our success in this country is our proximity to whiteness. If I'm close to white, I'm successful. If I can live adjacent to their neighborhood, I'm successful. But if I live in what someone may call the hood, which I don't use the term, try not to use the term hood, it's a Black neighborhood that's been underfunded. And that's why it is the way it is. Saying the hood to me is disrespectful. But on that note, I'm going to yield the mic because our good brother Sankara, Patrice Bishop, just came to the panel. And thanks for letting me
Hey,
speak.
welcome, brother. Oh, you can speak anytime. I love what everything. I appreciate everything you have to say. You're a true leader, anyway. So, I appreciate, along with a lot of other brothers, that I know of that are true leaders, that know, So go ahead, Sankara.
Yeah, thanks. I just want to say greetings, God and Goddess. Just wanted to check what's going on. I seen the video you were playing and the title. Yeah, I just had some observations. I just noticed that it's very dark.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed, it's almost when I say stalling, it's like and you can tell his energy is not.
In it.
Yeah, it's not
He
genuine.
has.
It's like, okay, I got to give him something. Let me just try to say something and say anything I can besides some of the actual,
Real interaction with people.
yeah, well, or
Not
some of
show.
the exhibits. Let's talk about everything but what a museum is supposed to be. Let's talk about the food. Let's talk about people having a good time, supposedly. And everything's dark. You can't see what's in the building. We already know it's very small compared to like what you said, the money he used for it. And I think, I think it's kind of a shame that that's all that he put out there, so called for us. And on top of that, it being a museum, something that we don't need at all. Most of us have. I mean, it's nice. It's a nice thought, but it's an after fact to essentials. We need something substantial. We need, like you said, land. We need an economic base of some sort. We need to be producing resources before a museum. You know.
Right, exactly. We need something that our people can stop putting our money into the society and start transitioning our money to go to ourselves, to amongst
Hmm.
ourselves, back to ourselves, like rebuilding back the communities we had before they bombed the U.S. Government bombed our people,
Right.
and not and more than
Right.
once, people been bombed, you
Now
know.
he could have did it the right way. Like if he would have did it respect, like the way the Jews or some of the other people do. If he would have made it a huge, I mean a super huge type of thing where now you're providing jobs and you're getting people to come to the area because of it's a main attraction where there's jobs and blah blah. But again, you need to have a community infrastructure first. To me, um, it's not that he couldn't have done this in a way that's somewhat beneficial, but this is not. I mean, you could make something, you could get a storefront like this and get it financed without even using your own money, which is what most people like him that have money do anyway.
Right. They
Okay,
still want
so
to
it's
get.
kind of like messed up that wow, all that, and that's what.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like Bakari said, we could have had things to help build us more money off of, and then also had the land, because it's not just in one state that people donated money from. It's
Right.
all over the United States. People donated him money, and it wasn't. It shouldn't have been just one infrastructure in LA. What's LA? You never own it. We never own it. You know,
Hmm.
at least with land, taxes are kind of lax on, and when the further you out from cities, you know, um, and then some ways we can get around having to pay taxes. You know, there's, if we basically, if we pull ourselves up, then go to the American government about the things we have, the issues we have, and how we've how we are in the process of helping ourselves, then to me, there's no way that they have to deny us the other assistance. You see what I'm saying? Is that was I clear on that?
Yeah, I think you're saying once we have something established, some type of a nation or statehood per se,
Mhm.
then we'd have some leverage because that's what we need, leverage.
Mhm.
We don't have any leverage. Like you said about some way we can provide some, like for example, if we could provide something where we could just give free groceries to black people, or we could give them free, something to give us some leverage, that would help us to be
Definitely.
able to use our regular jobs to be able to do more, to build, create businesses because we have something, a little lift up from our own people. That's what everybody else does. They give each other a lift. We need
Right.
something that's going to give us some leverage because where we're at now, we can't just go out. Oh, let me just make a business, and
Mhm.
that's supposed to be on par with the non-black businesses. We don't have the demographics for that, so we have to have some type of leverage in
Right.
addition to that. Because
It's
most
like
black people are not loyal.
it's like getting ourselves our own reparations, and then they have no choice but to, assist us in that, and give us this, the rest of, because we're building ourselves back up.
Right.
And like I said, Bakari's talking about college students. College students, I thought about this a long time ago. I would run into some college students who, want to go into becoming a lawyer, doctors, You know, we need all that. If we had land, we would have jobs for them to go to help the people. You know, we would and be able to work with people and to get what those children who were treated horribly by the United States government in
Yeah.
foster care, get them to get what their just due is, you know, and you know, through, you know, because it's hard to come up when you come out of college and just go out and get a job, you know.
Right.
So it's easier if we work together as a people as a whole and utilize our students when they come out, you know, like Bakari was saying, the HBCUs, you know, the students that are coming out of these schools and stuff like that. And you know, it's just it's evident that he's not for us, and I just don't see. I mean, just when he always does this, he'll go away out of the crowd of people. He did it at his thing he had after the you know the ban was lifted from going out and stuff when he threw that FBA thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always goes to the back room and, like you say, install or get a breath and be able to get back on stage again. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know.
Yeah. He seems very self-serving to me.
Mhm.
Not
Mhm.
that, and everything. Don't get me wrong. Everything's yin yang. I mean, everybody has its yin. Everything has its yang. He has it. I would be taking away from him to say he hasn't brought anything of value at all to Black
Mhm.
people. I would say he has, but it's the intentions for me.
Mhm.
It's the intentions. Like I take, I think it's good when the messages he puts out that people need to hear. He deals with issues and political stuff that needs to be said, and I think that gets people in a mindset they need to be in some ways. So,
Yeah.
but the whole thing is, what's the end game, and what are we doing? If you're not doing any building at all, and you're an intelligent man that knows exactly that's what most of the people that he's got up in that museum, a lot of them talked about what we're talking about.
Mhm.
So why aren't you? It's been all these years.
Right.
Why you tell me all these people forgot what Malcolm said? They forgot, like he just mentioned Elijah Muhammad. Elijah
Mhm.
Muhammad, that was his main thing. We need our own land. We need
Mhm.
our own infrastructure.
Mhm.
Did we forget? No, he didn't. So it's sort of like these guys are too intelligent to be pretending like we don't remember that.
Right. And I remember Dr. Clark saying that if you see, you know, basically if you know somebody you can't trust because they'll be on CNN, they'll be on the news, they'll be in the mainstream. And Tariq's been in the mainstream, and I knew from that day when I saw him in the mainstream that something was up.
Yeah,
COINTELPRO.
he's hot. He
I already
hobnobs with a lot
I
of
learned
A-list
that
people.
from the elders that
Hmm.
speak. I listen to their every word, you know.
Hmm.
And you know, if nothing goes past me to see to be able to see when we do have one coming and we have one that's before us now. And it's just people you can't really tell people anything. They have to learn. Everybody, like I said, everybody's on a path and there's no right or wrong. We learn. This is, you know, it's an experience we're experiencing on earth. And
Yeah,
those who know can go the direction they need to go in and do the right things and build. Where those who don't, it's a downfall. They get what you get what you put out, what you ditch out. You know, you just have to live with that for a while and sit in that, and then hopefully grow from it. Right?
right.
I don't know.
Oh, can I say one more thing before I go? Because I
Mhm.
want to listen. But
Okay.
this is something I want to say.
Mhm.
When I mentioned the trucking business, right? because I'm in trucking and I know a little bit, right?
Right.
And we agree what they could have done for our people, right?
Yes, a lot.
So if we were truly into trying to build, instead of saying old people need to be quiet, forget the elders and the ancestors, we would be learning from what they did. And instead of one person trying to be the supreme leader over everybody, we would look and see, even though, let's say, I heard somebody today speak of Isaiah T. Montgomery, right? And they spoke very negatively of him. That's the guy, him, his cousin, and they started Mount Bayou, Mississippi. But instead of searching for all the negative that he ever did, because the positive outweigh the negative, let's look and see how they built that community, and we can start doing the same things. Because you can talk negative of anybody, but some people coming out of slavery, this brother, his cousin, and their friend, I don't know how they got the money. He had the most, but they were able to buy swampland that white people said was worth nothing. They gave it to their people. We gonna build, we gonna cultivate this land, build houses, and have our own community together. And before you know it, they had like 3 or 4 banks, 3 schools. They had their own hospital. The hospital clearly lasted for more than 100 years. Of course, with updates and all that, clearly off what our ancestors, what our enslaved ancestors who couldn't read or write, only a few of them, what they were able to do afterward, right? And I remember how it shut down because I'm from Mississippi and I'm familiar with it. It's not far from me, but I remember what happened. So we'll look at that and let's find the negative in it. So we can say, let's forget them so we can be higher. Ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
So we have to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's the way I wanted to interject in that, because that's the white man's programming. And these words, this language we speak, that's his ideologies that he put in our people's minds, that, there's no right or wrong, really. There's only the person trying to find the right way, the path. And if we've been enslaved, then we would have to do, a lot of us already do it to this day. We defer to doing bad things to get to the good place we need to get to. And it may be, not horrible things I'm talking about, but to get from underneath the pain and underneath the subjugation, you have to figure out a way to do that. And I guess, the brother he was talking about, the elder he was talking about, had to do that. They had to do what they had to do. And it may have looked bad to people, but what is bad? It depends on perspective. If white people would say it's bad, then I guess the black people would agree with it's bad with them.
And you know what, Lightbearer? You are absolutely correct. Because if you find somebody, and look what he said. This is white people country. We don't need to try to vote in it. We don't want to live around them. We can build our own.
Right.
So what's so horrible about that? And I'm telling you, I remember how I have to do another show about them. It is still today in 2023, the only all black community where no other race of people have ever owned a business today.
What is?
Huh?
What is?
Mound Bayou, Mississippi.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yes.
They
and
shut
it
it
was
down.
no Mound Bayou. They tried. They couldn't completely shut it down. But I'm going to tell you what's happening now. A lot of the people that went to school, left, made money, and came back. If you look it up today, the hospital shut down, but brothers and sisters came back who went, made money. So now they're opening a medical clinic, and those black doctors is going back to that community. They are trying to get off these people's system and create another community because they love the way it was once done, where we all own and everybody is gonna benefit. But we made a mistake by saying, let's incorporate and let's be completely a part of Mississippi, instead of saying we just here in this state, but we are our own entity. And that happened years later. And when they joined the state, that's when they got screwed over. they went against what the elders, what the ancestors wanted.
And what the Bible says as well. The Bible says, come out from under them.
But I'm going to keep
Because
listening right there and saying, Tara, I got to get off, but I'm going to listen offline. But I appreciate you letting me speak. And peace to you, my brother.
Anytime,
Take care, brother.
Like I was saying, the Bible says, come out from under them. Who do you think they're talking about? It's talking about the ones who we should be obviously know who they are by now. They showed their hand the first time, and they killed the people who knew better off, and the youth they tricked. They were able to deceive them and manipulate their minds. So the ones who were the fighters, they knew they were going to be the fighters. They killed off. They always do this.
Yeah.
Their MO. So that they can use the easy ones to take advantage of. And you can't control somebody's thinking. Tariq's mind is colonized like so many others. They don't see. But in a way, like you said, he does. It seems like he does see, but I don't know if, I don't know what's going on with him, but he's definitely aged. But I don't know what makes these men do this. Like
money.
the same man that infiltrated the Black Panthers, and he talked about it, on TV, in an interview. And I mean, I couldn't despise somebody more than hearing him sit there and talk about what he did to men who were trying to make better for our people. He actually did this to his own brothers, and that interview was just, to me, I just don't see, I just couldn't understand for the life of me what made him tick like that. You know what I'm saying? What made him have so much self-hatred to do that,
What video are you referring to?
The guy who infiltrated the Black Panthers, who set up.
Oh, the guy like in the movie. Yes.
No. It wasn't a movie. It was actually a documentary that was done in the 70s. He admitted to everything.
Yeah, I can't think of the guy's name. He's the guy that got in good with Fred Hampton, right?
Yeah, and he ended up getting Fred Hampton all hemmed up.
Yes, yeah.
And his pregnant wife or girlfriend, and
yeah.
in there. And luckily, I know the child survived because it's a grown child now, grown man now. So.
Well, I think the sentiment of a lot of Black people is, I always say, back in the day, it used to be more shameful to have Black disloyalty. It used to be more shameful to be like a coon or Uncle Tom or be called that. Now that's becoming fashionable, and I can kind of understand. I don't condone it. I can understand why a lot of our people are so easy to do that, because they look at it like, well, if the white man's going to pay me to do A, B, C, well, yeah, it's messed up, but I mean, what y'all doing for me? What's Black folk doing for me? Nothing. That's the way they look at it. So it goes back to, we haven't provided anything of, substance or tangible to pass down as far as generational wealth over the years for us to be able to feel that we can have something of value or wealth to control. So a lot of Black people feel, I believe, that our own people aren't providing anything for our own people. So this is still better to do this. You see, they don't have any loyalty because of that, and it's not enough to be loyal, and they sell out. And that's one of the reasons why we need infrastructure, a nation, state, such and such government of our own, so that the people involved will feel like they have a stake. They'll feel like they have something that they own and will be less prone to sell us out.
Right. Because they're benefiting from it.
Yeah.
Because what's important is jobs, a place for our people. Because if they're going to leave, this society, it's important that they be able to maintain their livelihood. And my thing is, find what you love to do to contribute. That's the way I feel about it. What's your talent? You know, um, what you're good at. To build.
Yeah, I think we need to look at what
Find
a
your
lot of other people have done.
self. Yeah, find the true self. You see, we don't have time for that in this society, and
No,
I had to grow up seeing my aunts and uncles and my mother and father, have to work, and then when we get together, there's not enough time, or sometimes not everybody can get together because they're working. It's just craziness like that. And I'm like, this is not my world. This is not my culture. This is somebody else's that don't have time to have a community come together and celebrate and be happy and just, which is the most important thing because that's what's going to incite you, build you up, and make you work harder. That's our morale. We don't have that.
right,
We just have work, 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 and abuse, 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 and meanness from each other. And it's just like, this is not the way our people are supposed to live. This is not the way we're supposed to be when we're spiritual people as well. We have to have that balance. We have to have that. But then they have churches to substitute. And that's the worst place for me, for our people to be, because if what's helping people, why are people in the church and then out? It's not helping, especially when you tell them that God is a white man and Jesus is a white man. How is that building up anybody? Tariq, he probably, I don't know much about him, but it seems like he may came from a foster care background. And who knows what he was put through or what he's been through. But maybe, I know a lot of our children in that situation end up thinking that white is great, that or being conflicted, you know.
yeah, they try to hide it with the whole, well, we built this country as our, but if it was really that,
Mhm.
you know, if it was really that, then I feel like why all the division? If it was real, because the thing is this, okay, we already know we built this country,
Mhm.
but what is it that you're proud of exactly from building this country? If I go to the White House, if I go to Washington D.C., I
Mhm.
can't stand out there and brag. Yeah, we built that. Yeah, but you can't
Right.
even go in it. You can't even go on a lot. You'll get shot. They can't. They got it blocked. You can't even. So why is that something to brag about when you have no control over anything that you built? They control that. So that should be the dynamic that you'd want to change.
Mhm.
And he doesn't focus on that enough for my liking.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
power.
That's power. And we have the power. I always believe that people have the power within themselves. You're not weaklings or helpless. It's naturally in you to 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 do things, to do that, and not be dependent or wait for um, the government to do something.
Right. And you know what he could have easily done? And this goes for Umar too, and all
Mhm.
these other people. They could easily get together,
Mhm.
get a big plot of land, right?
Mhm.
Now they all okay. Umar is supposed to be a
Psychologist.
right and an educator or whatever, right? Okay. Tariq has his skills, entertainment and media, and all around.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. He's got his little products. He knows how to get other people that have businesses and products business, and that's one thing I do like.
Mhm.
I don't know how reputable the thing, but he does promote black businesses on his show
Mhm.
every time. I think that's a great thing that he does.
Yeah,
Hopefully they're legit.
that's right.
But they could do that that in itself on a larger scale. Get some land, like our people, and not just them. We got some land, and then like I said about leverage.
Mm-hmm.
The builders, the people that want to build on the land, all the essentials that we need. You know, you need water. You know, you need food, a way to build shelter, whatever. You live on the land free. Everybody just pitches in and pays a tax or something like that, right?
Exactly. Or contribute their talents.
Yeah.
So their talents will be their job, to be their contribution.
So, but you know why? But the thing is, the commitment comes in where you might have to give up some of your benefits or amenities that we get from the white man. You might
Right.
not be able to have you know, you might have to go without and deal with the bare essentials for a minute. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the kind of sacrifice a lot of our people don't want to do. But you have all your needs. You wouldn't have
Right.
to pay you wouldn't have to pay rent or mortgages and things like that, health care, because get some doctors and put, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and just set up. And you know what that would do? That would change the whole dynamic. You know why? Because once black people see somebody doing something,
Mm-hmm.
now becomes an attraction for the whole nation. That's
Exactly.
all we have to do is start it. Then everybody will be like, "Oh, what's that?" And it'll be like a little black land, like Chinatown,
Exactly.
because that's what they did.
And we can start building our people up with education and things like this knowledge that he's already started out first with, which our people first, like you said, we need that infrastructure. Then we can start educating and giving them the museum and knowledge and stuff like that. But or having our little place where we can
Yes.
commemorate our ancestors.
There we go.
But you know, like you were saying about the doctors, there's a lot of our people who want to be herbalists now. My cousin wants to be a herbalist, and she wants to help people out that way. And we had Dr. Sebi, and we have his children, and a lot of other people, like I said, who want to be natural doctors, which our people need more natural
Yep. Which you need
food
land for.
and health. Yes. And that's where it starts. It starts with taking care of them, helping them, especially these foster children. I want to do the video real quick of the foster children. Let me fix it here. That are on the streets in this one state. But I will also share some other videos as well, because this one doesn't really specifically, but we know it's black children. We know it's black children from 'cause that's the ones who are suffering. So let me start this in the foster care.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking, but I have nowhere to go.
We have children living in an office building.
I can't even sleep at night. What's the point of being here if I have somewhere to go? I can sleep in a bed.
Hearing that just breaks your heart. Those are just some of the sights and sounds our 10 Investigates team uncovered from our foster care system. Tonight, as 10 Investigates shows us, foster children are sleeping, sometimes living in county office buildings.
Tonight, our months-long investigation has uncovered a problem that affects the state's most vulnerable children. Here's Chief Investigative Reporter Brotha Taberley with the video proof and its rippling effects.
In a county office building in the middle of the night, police respond to a child in need. A teenage girl in crisis who has threatened staff and been taken to the ground.
I don't want to be here. Okay. And I'm not going to the hospital either.
This is Franklin County Children's Services Intake Center, where 10 Investigates found children in Ohio's foster care system have ended up sleeping or sometimes living when the county cannot find a suitable foster home or placement.
How'd you end up here?
I have nowhere to go.
Who brought you here?
My caseworker.
Your caseworker?
Yeah,
Were you
I've been
staying
here
at a
since
foster
Monday.
home?
I was in the hospital, but I just got here Monday. I have nowhere to go.
While the body camera footage has been pixelated by Whitehall police, you can still hear conversations, including this moment between a Whitehall officer and a children's services supervisor.
This is where she's been sleeping and everything.
Yeah, she's been here for quite a few days, so she's kind of taken over this room.
I think this is, hey, Brooke, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Brooke Cano is the Whitehall officer who responded to that call last July and managed to calm the girl down.
You were just wrestled to the ground. You're a couple weeks pregnant. You have a lot going on right now, okay? You need a minute to breathe.
Kano told us she has a passion for these calls, often playing the teens' favorite music while transporting them to the children's hospital for further evaluation. This is just one of several calls Kano and her fellow officers have made within the past year.
Unfortunately, you see that some of these kids are there for an extended period of time.
4 months later, on Thanksgiving weekend, the same teenage girl is referenced in this police report, noting she'd run away from the building. 11 days later, on December 7th, our camera captured video of a girl matching her exact description, standing outside FCCS, wrapped in a blanket.
Again, it goes back to placement. You know, sometimes they don't have the placement, or the foster homes don't have extra space, or there's not enough foster parents to go around, and they do what they can, but it's a sad turn of events for these kids.
I'm in so many places. It's crazy. I don't like it. I don't want to be here. I don't even know what to do no more. They can't find nowhere else for me to go.
This 16-year-old ran away from the FCCS office, telling police this summer she's been in the foster care system since she was 9 months old.
Well, let's frustrated.
Okay.
For how to sit here and spend the night on this couch that it's hard and it hurts my back.
He's threatening staff and saying he's gonna tear up the place, and he's been here for 3 days. Yesterday he ran, came back.
On another run, a sheriff's deputy expresses concern to Franklin County Children's Services over repeatedly calling police to deal with children at the county office.
Because we can't keep calling them to come out here for this, but he's threatening staff, and he's saying he's gonna tear up the place. So at this point, somebody need to be up here with them.
We have nobody.
Yeah,
I
but
can't say that enough.
I can't keep doing it.
The repeated calls have led to increased frustrations.
It is a countywide problem between Children's Services and the juvenile correction system, where they do not want to do their jobs and keep kids where they need to be kept.
Yeah, we can deal with them.
No, there are sworn deputies working inside here who let these children walk out and then call us to come catch them and bring them back. And guess what? We can catch them and bring them back.
Over the past 16 months, 115 children spent the night in the offices of Franklin County Children's Services. The county says that number may include kids who were counted more than once, especially if they left for a placement but were then sent back. The state could only provide an estimate that last year, roughly 400 children across the state spent at least one night in a county office. In Cuyahoga County, workers there complained to county officials during a meeting last July.
We've had it up to here. Will y'all act then? Because no one is doing anything right now. And I'm sorry, I'm frustrated. I am angry.
The problem is that these kids that come in, they go out of the building, they come in as they want. So they go here, they steal food at Dave's, come back. They go out, they prostitute, they come back. They come back and they take this new one that came in and take her out to prostitute or to get raped. That's not what we're supposed to do. We removed kids from people's homes because you're not protecting them. But that's what they're doing there, and nobody is protecting them.
FCCS and the state agency that oversees them, ODJFS, both declined multiple interview requests from 10 Investigates.
I don't want to be here.
We took our findings to Kim Eckert with the Children's Defense Fund Ohio, a nonprofit that advocates for children and their safety.
There's a pattern.
And that there's a problem with placement.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that, you know, we don't want this to be happening. And so we don't necessarily want to invest our energy in addressing it because we would rather it not be happening. But the solution is not to ignore it.
Eckert says there should be additional funding and dedicated staff assigned to deal with foster children who are in between placements.
It is untenable that the default sanctioned solution that we have all somewhat kind of agreed upon is that just staying in offices is okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. And we can do something about this.
And Bennett is joining us live now from Franklin County Children's Services. And Bennett, what are the calls for change this evening?
Yolanda, as you heard, the advocates right now, they want a couple of things. They want the state to require the counties
to keep a more accurate count of how often this happens, how often children end up spending the night in the offices. We've also taken our findings to a state lawmaker. Here's her reaction to some of what we found.
Obviously, that's a devastating number. No child should have to spend the night in an office building. And I think really what this highlights is that statewide, we are experiencing a huge shortage of foster caregivers.
And that was Representative Susan Manchester. What she said is the same thing with the state, the same thing that FCCS told us, which is that there is a need for additional foster parents in the state of Ohio. But the advocates have said that's not enough, that this issue needs attention right now, and that could involve a crisis. Reporting live in Whitehall tonight, Bennett Haberly, 10 Investigates.
You see, when we were a village, when we were more together, there was no way our children would end up somewhere else. But now that we're integrated, our children, people got this mindset that they bring children into the world and they can just give it up to the government and give it up to, you know. You got anything to say on this?
Yes. See, this is like I said, if we had our own government or our own, we'll just say land or little nation per se, like I said, some of our brothers that could make a facility on the land, they could pick up a lot of these kids. You get a check for each of these kids.
Right.
You get paid. So that's if we had something like that, like I said, if we had land like that and we had some facilities, like I said, Umar could be on there with his school. That'd be right. We got the kids right there. They could be apprentices. They could have, the school could be I think he touches on the school being more geared toward learning skills.
Right.
They'd be part of the community.
Definitely.
We can do this.
Agriculture will get the kids to be straight.
Man, we could do this, man. We could.
Having them to learn to grow their own foods is something that, you know, it's something great that you can give a child.
Yeah.
You know, letting them know that they are worth more than what they've been taught they are, you know.
Right.
And treat it like, you know. It's just, you know, I really firmly believe that if our children were out on farms, it would be way different. If our children were raised on farms.
Yeah, actually, I can't remember the sister's name, in Philadelphia, they have a farm like that where it's a community farm, and they live on the land. It's small, but that's how we have to start. We have to start small, and then everybody will get on board once our people get a whiff of it.
Right.
That's farmland is a good place to start, and people just live on the land. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what the Amish do. We need to be black Amish.
Yeah, we were the first Amish, you know.
Yeah.
That was our history, but we gave it to them.
Oh, you mean literally?
Yeah,
directly?
Yeah, directly.
Oh, I didn't know that. You have to.
Yeah.
Are you good? You got a video on that? I didn't know that.
Somebody did a video on it. I have to search.
That's interesting. That wouldn't surprise me.
Said that we had taught some ones that wanted to come out of the society, basically the white society, and they took on, you know, they always take over our ways, right?
Yep.
And then, you know, the natives of America, you know, and so on and so on. The Egyptians, they always take our, even though we weren't Egyptians back then, we were, you know, it was Kemet, you know, but still, they come and take our spot, like the Arabs. And every place we ever been on this earth, the Europeans were black first, you know, but now you see the Caucasians, and we call them, we think that the word European is synonymous with the white people. So today, it's just the way it is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If we aren't able to pass down our history, then a lot of times we see it the way it is and we think it's always been that way, right?
Yep.
But no, it hasn't. There's no way that it would have survived this long if it was started out as such. You know what I'm saying?
I think John
It's
Henrik
still
Clark
system.
said, I think it was him. You can correct me. I think he said that if you start your history off with slavery, everything else from that point will look like progress.
Exactly. That's why they do the, Black Month, Black History Month, and thinking that we doing progress when we've already done it all. We've already, as a people, we've already done it all.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we need a place, so solace place. Um, I'm trying to say a peaceful place.
Yes.
Solace.
That's all.
Did I say it right? But
Yeah. That's why you see my name. I use that name because to me, those three great ancestors, those guys in my opinion, got us closest to a black nation of that sort. More so as far as results than anyone else in our lifetime in recent years. Thomas Sankara had Burkina Faso self-sufficient in 4 years. Maurice Bishop had the whole island of Grenada self-sufficient in 4 years. That's nothing. Now, of course, coups got put together to take them out of here, but still, they did it though. You see what I'm saying? This can be done. So we just learn from that.
And it's easy now for us now because we have the skills, we have the talent, we have the ability, but people don't realize they have the power. I think that's what's lacking is the will and the power to move out and forward and onward the way we need to.
Yeah. Well, we need to take a lesson from the Chinese and stuff too. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. We need to take a
You got to deal with the agents first. I'm starting to see they got to be dealt with first. We got to get them out the way. You got to get rid of coons and agents because they're the ones that's going to turn. That's what it always is. There's always a goddamn agent. Excuse my French. That thwarts the whole. It's always somebody like that. So they have, like what China did. You can't be in China without being a Chinese loyalist. You're not allowed in China. They kicked everybody out that wasn't a loyalist to the Chinese government.
Right.
Or worse. And that's it's going to take that. Yeah, if you're going to set the standard and the code for our people, you don't have time to wait for people. Oh, we have to still teach them and we change their. We don't have time to change people's minds no more. It's 2023.
I know.
We're out of
The
time.
whole thing with politics is us
Waiting for reparations.
and fighting for them to treat us a certain way. When people don't like you, we don't need to stand around and try to force them to accept us by educating them. No, we need to be educated on how to love ourselves and what the greatness we have about ourselves. And we need to take that and be able to catapult ourselves out of the situation that we're in. Just lift ourselves out of the situation that we're in.
Right.
Because if we have self-love, that self-love is what's going to motivate us to get out of here. But, it's hard because a lot of majority of our people don't have self-love and we don't trust each other.
Right. That's why we have to start small with a select group of those of us that are loyal and put the movement first before money, before self, and put the people first. It can only start off with the group with that type of mindset.
Right.
And I'm pretty much done with people like Tariq Nasheed who tell us we need to ask for resources. We need to ask for tangibles, rather. We need to wait a minute. If you have resources, why don't you get us some tangibles? You can do that. Like, why don't we get our own tangibles? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do that. Like, you waiting on them. I understand regular folk, but y'all got money. You don't need to ask for tangibles. You can make tangibles.
Right. And the people just gave him tangibles. And look what he did with the tangibles.
Exactly.
Didn't they
That
do
was some
people
tangibles.
from all over the United States that follow his CDs and everything? They gave him so much tangibles. They gave him, but he still. It sounds like to me like he's like the preacher in the church, talking about you're gonna go to heaven if you do this and do this, but give me your tithes. And you know, it's just it's kind of not right to me. You know, I'm sending my phone number and my email to you in the private chat
Okay.
so that yeah we can cut. Cause me and some other people we've been trying to do this very thing. We're trying
Yeah,
to
and I love how you guys
get
connect.
land.
Like you connect your pages and stuff. I love how y'all do that. Bakari and Sister Sandra and
Uh-huh.
everybody. That's how. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what kind of attracted me because it's like you guys aren't doing the sensational. You're just talking about what needs to be talked about,
Right.
and you support. That's the whole thing. You guys support, even if it's just a YouTube page. You're
Uh-huh.
supporting each other. That
Right.
sets the precedent, and the more people know about you guys, the more people will get on board with that, and we can change the YouTube dynamic.
Right. From negative to positive to more constructive versus the destructive.
And you notice how they always trash Africa. That's part. See, when you say agent, that's part of the big thing now. See, I'm gonna do a stream on that.
Yeah,
The
my
whole
husband.
Pan African attack.
Yeah, my
Because,
husband.
yeah, you know why?
Uh-huh.
Because,
Go
see,
ahead.
just like back to the resources,
Uh-huh.
wait a minute. That's the easiest place for us to get resources.
Right.
You can buy stuff cheaper over there with US dollars. There's more land over there. We
Uh-huh.
can get more done, including Africa. They know that. Or maybe
Exactly.
they don't, but maybe who's their bosses know that. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. You see, my husband's from Ghana, and when I was overseas, when I was in the military, I was overseas, and I had networked with the guy who was making hair products. Well, he wasn't making hair products, but it was their natural hair product over in in Arabia, because that's the area I lived in. So what I did was I networked with him, and I was supposed to trying to get his stuff shipped over to the United States because I found that there was a lot of beauticians that loved the stuff I brought over, the hair stuff. It was a hair mask, and it's
Yeah.
organic, natural stuff. And I would have made like lots of money doing that, but the downfall was I didn't have the infrastructure, as far as getting it over here. It
Yeah.
was so
See,
hard to
that's the thing. Really, to be
export,
honest with you.
import.
Hmm.
hmm
Oh, go ahead.
I just couldn't figure out the export import and that's the thing, and then the funds. I cut now that I think about it. You always can get a grant loan. For your business.
Yeah.
Um, but I didn't know that then, and then on top of that, trying to figure out how I was going to get this stuff shipped over. He could have mailed it to me, but that would have been, a lot. You
We
know,
need to
or I
build some
could
type of
probably.
infrastructure over there, like Marcus Garvey was trying to do. That way, because it's like I said, it would have been easier to have some brothers over there, get
Mhm.
some less. Because you know why? Because if you were to open, let's say you open a hair shop or any kind of little shop,
Mhm.
your demographic is all black. You
Right.
don't have to compete with Arabs. You don't
Mhm.
have to. That's why it's so dangerous them bringing Asians and stuff over there like that.
Right.
Because you need that black demographic if we are going to create some type of industry. You already got the people and see. You won't have to have people be like, "Oh, we're going to Walmart." Ain't no Walmart.
Mhm.
You only, what I'm saying? I mean, there's Walmart. I mean, but the thing is, you're able to get the whole community's business because everybody, all the Africans around you, need your product. So it'd be easier for us to get a wedge in there. Then, if you make enough, then we can produce enough that will have enough built up to be able to ship.
Mhm.
That's the whole thing. We need Africa, and
Mhm.
there's no. To me, it's essential that we're not going to get out of
Right.
this without our land. We're not.
Because my husband's family members, they were doing that. They would had the Connex boxes, and they were doing shipping for each other for Africans.
Mm.
shipping things back and forth to Africa. They had that contact, but that wasn't until years later after I had my little battle, what I was trying to do. But and I found out about that. But like you were saying about Tariq, I suspect because I had called the number to get chief architect, right? Because he's always advertising for those who want to get chief architect or wants to get the computer programs through him. And I think the Black Professor Black also does that, right?
What did he
But
say?
I went through them, and I was dealing with a white man, and he called me. He had to been in California because I'm in East Coast, and he called me like woke me up in the middle of the morning, early morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning. After I contacted him, that's how he returned my call, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, wow. And he was he was trying to, get me to buy the program, but he was asking us, a lot of money for it still, not what I was willing to pay. But to make a long story short, I ended up just not getting it from them because it sounded shady, didn't sound right to me. And I found my own way to get chief architect, and it was much, much better. Oh, yeah, I found my own way to get chief architect. That's instead of using the white guy that they had called me. Like you were saying, are these businesses they're supporting really Black businesses, or are these white men behind the scenes? Because like a lot of times we think that a lot of stores out here are Black business, but they really front for the white man that's behind the Black, supporting that Black business. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all Black owned. We got to be careful of that. Okay, Dale Ray said, first of all, the people wanted to do it. They didn't have to donate their money. They did that because they wanted to do it. We wanted to see your museum, so we contributed. We contribute. He put half of his money up. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me see. So yeah, there's so much other things that are really, really important for us as a people to be thinking about. We don't have time to be really thinking about ourselves when we, our people are suffering. You know, um, we have to help them and get them out of the situation. No one, we're not a people that is supposed to be in this kind of situation. This is where I feel. I really sincerely feel that. I really sincerely know that for a fact. I don't care who has to say otherwise, but I understand, the life trials and stuff. And, I'm thankful every day for my struggles because that's what helps us become stronger. But this is what it is. It's our struggles, and we got to become stronger. We got to move forward. We got to build ourselves back up. You know, we can't be fooled. We got to be careful who we trust. You know, we know the government's going to be sending things to interfere and intervene. You know, prohibit us from rising. They admitted that. That's the goal, to prevent us from rising. But nobody can stop that. Nobody can stop you from rising. Nobody. They can interfere with your pathways on how you get there, but you can figure it out. Always figure out another route to everything. to get to where you want to go. Because they're in no shape or form are they God or Jesus. I think our people need to come out of that and stop having that mind programming, that mental programming of that, all of that brought along. Because basically our minds are colonized. And with that said, I'm not, have nothing against Tariq, that brother. I don't despise him, but I really feel, I despise the actions. I don't like certain actions in certain ways, and trickery and buffoonery and lying on our people, lying to our people, and division. I do not like division at all. We need each other, we really do, and it takes a whole. But when they can divide you, that makes you weak. But separating the wheat from the tares, that's going to have to happen. That's just going to have to happen. And I was telling you, Sinclair, I wrote a book, a children's book, and I'm going to be writing many, many books to come in the future. Because that's my contribution. That's just one of my contributions. I have many that I want to contribute. A lot of things I want to contribute. Like you said, we look at our elders, and what I've learned from elders, I've always inspired, and I always inspired to be like them. I inspired to be like forgive me, I'm having a memory issue. The brother who rose up and fought against the slave owners when he was on the plantation. I inspired to be like that. I inspired to be, like a lot of great men and women in our past, our elders. I really feel, and even some honorary people, who did honorary things. I've always inspired or to be like them, to do something different, and that's just the way I am. That's just what moved me. Is never to stop, never to give up, no matter what. To be very relentless. To be relentless. So, and I know a lot of us were inspired by these people, because these great people who've done these things and did it fearlessly and did it without even any care, because they just knew it was the right thing to do, the right things to do. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, family. Let me pull it up for you guys, because I forgot that. I forgot. I forgot about talking about the book, and I left the book in my car. The book is in my car. I'm sorry, because I have to take it to Conscious Planet when I get the time, because I want that bookstore to sell it. I have to actually get some. So, all right, here's the book. Here's the book. I'm going to share the screen so that you can see the book. There you go, Bakari. It's on. You can get it in BarnesandNoble.com, or you can get it on Amazon.com right here. Oh, you do artwork. Definitely. You need to give me so do you do cartoons and stuff like that? Hey Bakari, welcome back.
Hey, I came back. Look,
Uh-huh.
we got each other email, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna email you the name of a bookstore in Atlanta. I'm quite sure Sankara know because he said he'd go to Greenbrier sometime. It's called Medu, M-E-D-U bookstore.
Okay. Ain't that the one that Bobby Hemmett used to go to all the time?
That's the one I go to and purchase my children's book and give them out. Whenever you see me put my Cash App, anything, it's never for me. It's for me to get more books to help get more books to give our children.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Because it's always about teaching our children to be proud to who they are. You Black, you're beautiful, and so on, and teaching them about it. But anyway, I need to know where to purchase your book, how many I can get, right? I want to get some, but I also want you to get that information so you can call them and send them a copy of your book. Maybe I'll go over there this week because I did it for the brother. I don't know if you know the brother Oni, Pro-Black Perspective, who was on my panel the other day and was on Forecast panel the other day, right? He got some books, and I went in and I talked, and he was able to call. I
The
think
one
that
he was talking. Yeah, the one that was talking, yeah.
yeah. So I was going to see if I can do, when I get an opportunity, go over there, try to get it done this week. I would try the same for you and see if we can get the information to them so they can get your book and have your book on their shelf.
Perfect.
Okay?
That'll work. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to try. And you can call them yourself. It's Medu Bookstore and MEDU
Okay, Medu. Yeah.
Bookstore.
That looks like the bookstore that Bobby Hemmett was over.
It probably is.
Yeah, because
And
I think yeah.
and they will let you get it out. They could even help you if you want it. They even help, like, I want to say publishing through their store and all that. So, but that is something y'all can discuss.
Oh, they do publishing.
I
Wow.
think, I'm not sure. That's why I'm saying I'm thinking. I buy all my books from there. I know the owner, we talk, but I just can't. I'm like you. I can't think right now, so I'm not for sure. But because I'm on my phone and I was driving and I can't see that little stuff on my phone. So you got to email me the information about your book so I can do what I got to do to purchase them, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right. So now I'm about to get off. I just wanted to give you that information, and I'm proud of you. And I didn't even know you. As much as I talk about giving away children's book library, you never let me know that you've read. You said.
No, I meant to do that, but I just came out with it in December, and I've been trying to figure out, with everybody, even with the bookstore that's in Norfolk, I still have to figure out, I haven't went to her yet and showed her my book. She'd be so excited that I finally did it, and I haven't made it my way over there to her bookstore yet either. So I'm just still trying to figure out ways. I have to pay for my own book now. It costs a lot of money.
And that is something we should be trying to come and help with. But I'm gonna give you another bookstore. I can't even think of the name of it, but it's in Jackson, Mississippi. It's the oldest Black-owned bookstore in the United States. I got them on my video on my channel too. Oh, I'll get the name of it and tell you about them, and you can call them and see what you have to do.
Right. Yeah.
Because we have to give this information out so we can go and I can tell, look, I know the author right here. She be on YouTube with me sometime.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do. And like you got a brother that do art and cartoons and all that. See, we need to work together, make some Black superheroes, and bam. superhero comics, and we got them in the bookstore, and I'm purchasing Zakara books, and I'm giving them out to our preteens who want to see superheroes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, I have a nephew that passed away. He did comic books. Yeah, he did comic. He did really good comic books. But, unfortunately, he passed away. So, yeah, but we need, like you said, more superheroes. More. I want to do a superhero story similar to Black Panther. That's what I'm focused on. Something like that I want to make a movie with. So, like I even said, I want to do better than the Black Panther, make it better than the Black Panther. Something that our kids, children can be so good about. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, I got you. But I'm gonna go ahead and listen offline because I was still. But when I heard that, I'm like, let me let her know. You better send me that email so I can see where to get your books from.
yeah. Did you see it? It's right here, Amazon.
Well, I'm on his
That's
phone,
my book. Oh, you can't see the video.
and that's why I ask you, like, show
Okay.
it.
I'll
Yeah,
just send it to you.
yeah. Even though my emails be late and everything, you sent me an email yesterday about,
The
I think,
video.
when you did your
Yeah.
show yesterday, right?
Yeah, I did another video. Yeah.
When I finally saw the StreamYard and I came home, you was done.
Yeah, I was. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's not you. Yeah, but get a chance to email that to me, just the name, and I'll go in there and I'm gonna get off piece and I'm gonna keep listening.
All right, no problem. Have a good one. You have several. You said several channels, or okay. Let's see. Okay. So since Kara, send me your email so we can network on doing the cartoons, because I got some ideas for cartoons. Okay, and I'm gonna get up off of here, and I want to thank everyone that came out to hear this discussion. We got Junior Mosquito, let me see, why did I click on my own thing? Monica Mo Justice, thank you. Sankara, thank you very much for being here. Bakari, thank you. And let me see. Yeah, all the information is in. Oh, you said the thing is in the back check. Okay. Okay. I will be in. Okay. All right. I got your email. Let me take that and save it in my Gmail, because at my Gmail, that's where I keep all the contacts. Oh. It might populate because I don't know how I get so many people. Information is just out there. I'm talking about people that I just had, like people from online, from YouTube, and people from acquaintances from years ago. somehow they populate in your phone. And I find that strange because it's not like, I think it's done through Facebook. I think it's done through Facebook. It's not really strange because if you've contacted them, it doesn't matter if it's been like 10 years ago, they'll still be there. But it's still something suspicious about that because how do you have old acquaintances, people, like I said, that just came by in your life and you got information, their email just populates in your phone. Their phone number populates. This is our privacy information, and it's almost like it's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing to me. I don't even say, I don't have everybody, you don't have everybody's information, but somebody that's just an acquaintance, they'll still pop up in your phone as you can contact them, And I seriously think that's a connection with Facebook somehow that is doing that. But, then you have to ask, how do they know that I'm an acquaintance to this person? They know that by where you go, what you do, what you were into, and what you may, what you were connected to, basically. And all right, I got your email. I'm gonna send. I don't know what. Okay, I see what I did wrong. I don't have the at. Okay. Oh, you populated. Just speaking of populating, your information populated into my phone, and it's the first time I had your email, and I just put it in, and it populates right up automatically. That's what I'm talking about. It's like something is really up with that. But I got your email now. So anytime I put in the S, it should come up. Yeah. So, all right. Appreciate everybody being here. Let me go back. Hold on. So with that said, always remember true love, real peace, and the higher self within, and always use discernment when you're dealing with when anything, anybody, and anything, so that we can make the right decisions, the right choices that are, say, whether it's constructive or it's destructive. So until next time, peace.